65 are here. Sport was everything to us in this school. There was hardly anyone who was not doing some sort of sport. But I tell you today, it's in a sorry state. So we came to the school, approached them. It's not all about academics. Some may do well in academics, others may do well in other fields. The mathematical Odegbami, Shegun Odegbami of 1970 is an example. For example, St. Murumba College, from the records, have produced not less than 10 captains of the national team. How did it happen? The school did something. So it's a school, there's an error here. We are going back there. Revive the inter-house sports. And that was how it came back, because it had been abandoned. And today, sports is something that is going on here. But honestly, we are not where we should be. We have asked the principal to help us. Let us see how we can improve. So for us as all boys, like my classmate earlier said, he intends that by the grace of God, he will set a boxing club in this school. Others in their own respective areas can also come in. Judokas were produced here. I remember that in 1970, one of the 78, yes, Dr. Joachim Niam, while we were in school, he was away, I think during the WAEC or something like that, representing this school in a global competition. And he won one of the first cup ever won by an African in this school. We have musicians, we have entertainers, the P-Squares, the Ice Prince. So it's for the school to look at these things again. But also, we expect the old boys to come back. Where you are gifted, please come and plow back into the lives of these young ones. Areas of intervention in the school, they're there. You see renovation, donation, and so on and so forth, by the central body and by some, sets. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has done something. Every set that has contributed. I know that while it is true that some have not done anything, they are warming up to do something. And I implore that we do something. Let me observe one event that happened in this college in 2023, 21st January in particular. The art room block got gutted by fire. Everything. Some of you have been privileged to have seen the pictures, because we send the pictures on the different platforms that we use. And it became a problem. And this is where we're calling on the church to play a significant role. Like I did say earlier, we came here and the proprietor also came. The incidents happened on the 21st of January 2023, and we arrived, we got the information on evening, and 22nd we came here, and the Archbishop came. We went round. It was a terrible incident, and I don't pray that such happens again, whether here or elsewhere, in Murumba or in another school. It's not something we'll wish for any institution. But unfortunately, there was no information from the church. There was no action. And the ESCO look at it, what do we do? Can we just leave this block? It was decaying. Rain was falling, and it was falling down. And you can imagine just by the entrance there, by the highway, we went round, we appealed, we spoke to every one of St. Murumba All Boys. But today, to the glory of God, that place has been erected. And it stands as the best building in this school, with all facilities that are required, fire alarms and other things, fan. I want to thank you sincerely for rendering that support, but I must also not fail to acknowledge a few people who were here among others, and I want to sincerely thank the Executive Secretary, Ted Fon, for doing what you did, sir. We sincerely appreciate you. Our elders, the former DG NTA Malam Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, General Giwa, retired, and some other persons. I'm saying it because you are here, sir. I've said it before, and I don't believe that we wait until somebody is gone, then you give posthumous recognition. Do it when it is right to do it. That building is there, and by the grace of God, you have seen pictures. You will see it live today. We sincerely thank you. We thank everyone. People have contributed in different ways. If you didn't contribute for that project, certainly you contributed for something. And we say thank you to all of you. And I pray that the Lord God will continue to bless us. What are our challenges? Apathy to the activities. Apathy to Smoba. Lack of interest. I don't care attitude. From what we saw yesterday, if these people, these great men that God has raised seated in front here, will take their time to be in this school today, and some young boys are there feeling big and they will not come to identify with us, then it's unfortunate. That's the apathy I'm talking about. When it comes to eating and drinking, they confess. But when it comes to committing ourselves to doing it, you don't see them. May our attitude change for the better. I am not happy about that, and I cannot wait until another time, because life is in the hand of God. Another thing, because it's good for me to mention these challenges so that we'll go back with the knowledge of them. Lack of land for the further development of the school. Murumba at our time was a vast land down to the river. It's not wrong to help somebody, but you must do it orderly. And then the school management through the church was approached. We want to set up another school, Ganarka Institution. What will you expect to be done normally? If you are giving part of your land to somebody, you give at the extreme. And they went and gave them land just by the staff quarters. And so we got blocked there. We cannot expand on that side. We are left with this part of the land. And you know that this way is the football pitch, sports area. The land adjacent to that place was allocated to another institution. So completely today, Murumba is landlocked. But there's space at the back there. How do we expand? How do we expand? We are thinking of library projects. We are thinking of hostel. We are thinking of other facilities. Where do we put these things? Do we carry the hostel to the riverside in these areas of security challenge, moments of security challenge. We found that it won't work. And that is why today, because of lack of land, the new hostel project is erected on part of the sports land. Very sad. But we are doing something. We have approached our proprietor. We have brought him here. He has seen it. He has gone round. And we say, no. The first thing about this land was St. Murumba. So the first principle should not suffer for others. If you want to help others, make sure that St. Murumba does not suffer. We cannot move Ganaka School away from here because it's already established. Structures, so many structures. But the land allocated to the sisters, which is here, we can move them to another place. And so when he came, we went around and he said, it is not right. So there was an error. And he's looking at the possibility of removing, allocating, moving them to another place and then returning the land to us. I call on our elders. Please help us. It's too big for us, these small boys, to handle. Perhaps if the proprietor sees people like you seated here, the generals here, the professors here, the medical doctors here, the 65, all of you who God has helped to reach some point in life, when he sees you, the tempo for recovery may be faster. Help us. Otherwise, one day you will come here, you will discover so many things are wrong. Another thing which is a challenge is the shopping complex. The shopping complex is at the extreme end. Those of you that came during the guava days, we didn't know that the guavas were inside St. Murumba land. We used to go there, pick and run back. It was our property and we were afraid. We were afraid. Not until after many years, when I came, I saw written there, St. Murumba shopping complex. Is it an error? Why do you call a complex with our name? Is there any legal document to using the name to, qualify the shops? And honestly, I had time with the young boys there. Most of them are Igbo selling, spare parts. And they said, this land, let us tell you, they are dealing with us. They revealed some secret information to me because the landlords was dealing with them. So their desire was that it should come back. So, so it's our own. So when we came, we presented it at the ESCO. And then we followed up. We went to the former Archbishop, Bishop Ganaka, His Grace. Bishop Kaigama. And he said, set up a committee. We set up a committee and we looked at it. We saw the documents and it got to a point we reported back to him. The chairman of that committee was Monsignor Clement Gotan, Cletus. And then the shopping complex was to be returned and something happened. Up till now, it has not been returned. We have also gone to the current Archbishop and we have spoken to him. Because from there, a lot of money can be gotten to improve this school. A lot. So why are we the sacrificial cow? This is where we are. Our elders and all of us here seated should note this with a view to seeing that we get that place back. We have the new ultra-modern hostel project. Of course, ordinarily it shouldn't be our project. Because when we came, we found all these blocks already built by the missionaries. So did we build anything here? We didn't build anything here. It was just for us to enter, have our classes, and come out. We didn't build anything here. The classes were freely provided. Our own was to pay school fees, and the school fees was not anything big. It was not anything big. But that is the situation today. If the all boys don't come in, simply means this school will collapse. It's not just with St. Murumba College alone. I found out that it has become a norm in our society. All boys must do it. All students must do it. Government intervention is no longer coming. For probably 15 or 20 years, nothing coming from government. And that's why we say, well, if this place produces, why not lend support to the college? And let us see how we can bring it up. I want to correct an impression earlier given by the principal that 7 million was given after the Diamond Jubilee. We gave over 10 million to the school. I don't have the exact figure. 11.5 because he was chairman. And so when he said 7 million, I felt it was not the right thing to say. And that's how that building came up to where it is today. But it cannot go further. The PTA are unable to do it. Others are unable to do it. And that is why we feel that we can do something in our own little way. Because if we do it and we succeed, this school will bounce back. Admission will return. We want it to be competitive. People are taking their children to Baptist High, St. Louis, Gindry schools. Why? Is the problem school fees? It's not school fees. If you organize the school properly, put structures, put facilities in place, people will rush. People will come from Lagos. People will come from all across Nigeria. So that is the project, that is the problem, one of the problems we have. If we can get that project finished and we get the right people to handle the school in court, then I believe that we will be better for it. And we will continue to impact on the lives of these young ones who are here in this institution. So therefore, we are still lacking in the area of supporting one another. In line with the culture of Smoba Fest, we brought in this thing. Others have been doing it, and they are getting results. If you go to King's College, once there's something to do with King's College, an alumnus of King College, they rally round to support. They help each other. It's not that we are not helping ourselves here, each other here, but it's not enough. Today, when you talk about Plateau State, everything is Gindry School. Gosa, Governor Gosa, Head of Service Gosa, Secretary to the Government of the State Gosa, Senators Gosa. They have just taken over everything. Because what? They render help to one another. So in this case, mine is just to appeal. If God, in his infinite mercy, helps you to occupy a strategic position, help some other person who is your member to grow. One day you may not be there, and he will be on that seat to also help you in old age. What are we doing with students who graduate from here? Many of them seek admissions in our institutions, and we are heads of departments. We are principal officers. Yet, with the merit they have, they don't get the admission. Many of our old boys are in businesses. Do you patronize them first? That is just the message here. Consider your colleague an old boy for something before any other person. And thank God, many of our very seniors who God has helped to place in positions of authority are here. And I know that God will use them from this moment to also help us grow. Apart from that, among setmates, some left secondary school and they have not gone anywhere else. They did even further. There are peasant farmers in the villages. can you reach out to them? It's not just about eating and drinking. It is not just about that. May God help us. What's our dream? Our dream is to build on the achievements so far met. Promote our unity without being mindful of religion, tribe, ethnicity, social status, or academic or career attainments. Embrace each other. Religion is not known in St. Murumba. If you look at us here today, every religion is involved. And you know what? I told Malam Yakub Ibn Mohammed, the former DG, I said, probably we'll begin to use St. Murumba to promote national unity, because we are like a miniature Nigeria. And so, please, let's do away with religion. Let's do away with our status. Of course, give honor to whom honor is due. Don't go and disrespect someone whom God has raised up and assume that you are the same. I have people who are younger than me but higher placed. I go to them and I say, good morning, sir. I must accord that respect to them. Because he's your classmate does not mean that you will not recognize where God has placed him. And that is why many of us don't receive help. Hey, can you send this to me? One request, one moment, another request, the other moment. Please let us take note. Let us lend a helping hand to raise other Smobas who are down. And let us return to the school and contribute our respective quarters, whether as individuals, sets, or groups, or a branch outside. On this note, once more, I thank every one of you. I thank our special distinguished dignitaries in our midst. I appreciate my EXCO for working with me all through this journey. Our desire is that by next year, we are talking about branches. We should have Abuja branch working. We should have Lagos branch working, Makurdi branch working, Lafia branch working, Zaria branch working. You know why we have stayed too long on this seat? Because those things are not working. But I believe that God will help us to have them work. Once these branches are working, we can have our convention and new ESCO will come in place. I pray to God, our Father in heaven, that it wouldn't be long. God will raise new people that will take over from this leadership and build on what we have done. Once more, distinguished elders, great old boys, I thank you for listening. God bless St. Murumba College. God bless Smoba. God bless Nigeria. Great Smoba.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Greatest Smoba. Please, let's put our hands together for the president. I know we're very busy with our hands. President, sir. Okay, yes, sir.
Sorry, yes, 1 minute. Your last page, President, yes, the item 3 that says, lend a helping hand to raise other Smobas who are down. I want to say it because he's here. One of our classmates, Pam Simon Danke, he suffered from diabetes and they had to amputate one of his legs.
Dining. That